Hey guys, what up? Total Control 871. Welcome back to BitChute. Welcome back to Rumble. Welcome back to Free Speech. Okay, tonight I have something rather different for you. I don't know. It might even be, I guess, ear candy for the YouTube censorious platform, maybe. I don't know. But I'll basically put my thoughts to you as always, and you can come to your own conclusions as always. Never let it be said that I am so much in love with the Republican Party that I won't criticize them or really anybody. It's not a party thing. I definitely keep a close eye on my own political leanings to make sure that I'm not becoming so tribalistic that no matter what I see or hear, I am going to just go through all kinds of mental gymnastics to defend. I've seen people do that. It's pretty embarrassing. You feel embarrassed for them, to be honest here. All right, so this is one of my favorite YouTubers, Alex Stein, Primetime 99. However, I am a little bit disappointed in Alex today. If I'm going to be honest, I actually was a little bit disappointed in Alex with a video he put out, I think maybe a week or so ago. I'll talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. But let's take a look at what Alex has for us here. Alex is counter-protesting a pro-abortion protest. So this is Texas State Capitol. Two young girls, and I think it's might be their grandfather. I don't know. I think there is another man there, like he might be middle-aged. I can't really quite see the person. It's four people. Four people. They set up shop there in the middle, middle of the rotunda. Security is aware that they're there, so obviously their protest is small and they're not disrupting anybody. I get it. They have an opinion, a political position that Alex doesn't like. You haven't really heard me speak too much on the whole abortion thing. I don't have an official position on it. I really don't. There's a lot more I could say about abortion. I can see for the pro-abortion people, I get it. It's like not only in the cases of rape, which I will also preface and hedge by saying that these abortions that occur, there's not that much rape. Okay, our pro-abortion people would have you think that, there's rape and incest abounding, it doesn't happen that much. It does happen, just not as much as you would think. So I get it. I am not oblivious to the concept of abortion as birth control, okay? That's what you would have, Alex and other conservatives. That's their talking point, abortion as birth control. And on the pro-abortion side, you would basically have a woman who not only was she raped, but because she would have to carry the child full term, it's like being raped for 9 months straight. I get it. I truly do. Well, you know what? I'm even going to check myself here. I don't get it. And that's kind of my point. I'm not a woman. We're going to talk a little bit more about that too. Because our protesters here, I'll show you. It's kind of comical. I am not a woman. I cannot get pregnant. It is a biological impossibility. Okay. So I don't want to go too far in my statements. I can't say that I get it. Rape and sexual assault is absolutely nothing to laugh at. It is no laughing matter. I am a survivor of sexual assault, so I would never laugh at that, dwarf it, or minimize that. And I can only imagine what it feels like to basically, in effect, be raped for 9 months straight. being forced to carry a child full term. Also, on Alex's side, I fully get it. Who are we kidding? There is a lot of reckless abandonment, sexual promiscuity. Hello, monkeypox. It ain't just for the gay. A lot of women who want to basically recklessly have sex like their male counterparts with no repercussions. So it's like these. It's like these, I guess, what Rush Limbaugh would call feminazis. These women. Of course, what is a woman? See, I'm getting ahead of myself. These women. What's a woman? They just simply want to have all. They're shaking their fist at Mother Nature. That's what's going on a whole lot with feminism these days, from my perspective, my point of view. They're shaking their fist at Mother Nature. They're shaking their fist at objective reality. They're shaking their fist at biology. Okay? Damn, why do I have to be the one that carries the child? Why did Mother Nature make it this way? I don't know. I really don't know. You're welcome to have your arguments with God, the Creator. I don't know. I really don't know. But nevertheless, it is what it is, okay? Reality is what it is, and you can't just simply conjure up your own reality, your own custom-made reality. It's not possible. Come on, listen, I'm gonna give you a little taste of what Alex is doing here.
Sit here in the Capitol and protest how they want to murder babies. They're losers. This is the future. These are young kids. Oh, yeah, people are going to watch it. These people are baby murderers. Yeah, that's exactly how many I got. These people are literally murderers right here, and everybody's going to see this, and everybody's going to know. You are a baby murderer. You know that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you guys murder babies. You're disgusting. Like, they're playing cards. Look at this. Look how pathetic these signs are. It's disgusting. I mean, look how disgusting. Look how disgusting this is. I want to murder babies. This is pathetic. You guys are losers. These are pathetic losers. These are baby murderers. I'm not touching it. These people are baby murderers. This is pathetic. This is the world we live in. These little kids sit here and they protest and they want to kill little kids. It's pathetic. It's sad. So what do you guys?
Okay, so as far as I'm concerned, Alex embarrassed himself. He really did. Let's take a look at my comment here. We see it's 3 minutes old. It didn't get deleted. Gee, I wonder why. But like I said, I am not above criticizing my own party. Never get it twisted. Never think that I have become tribalistic. I get it. I have gone from... I don't think I was ever a lefty, to be honest with you. I was very, very centrist, very independent, very libertarian. I guess maybe I used to be libertarian that leaned left, and maybe I'm libertarian that leans right, conservative. There are a lot of conservative values to me. Honestly, I think the harshities of life made me conservative. There's so much I could say about that. My cousins and project housing and generational project, I literally have cousins that have, gone from cradle to gray hair, never had a job in their life, and just was... And me, I had to work and bust my ass my entire life, Anyway. Okay, let's take a look at what I say to Alex here. I go, I don't know, Alex. To be honest, you kind of come off like an Antifa asshole in this one. Challenging them on their point of view and talking points is fine, but getting physical with their display and the childish name-calling was not only uncalled for, but outed you as a butthurt beta male. I truly believe... There are things I could say about Alex. I don't know. I'm wondering, is his thing run its course? I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment here. Seriously, dude, a grown man having a temper tantrum. I mean, come on. You're walking around knocking down signs, name calling. It's what a toddler does. Okay, the topic of abortion, it's serious. I get that he goes to city council meetings and he mocks and he mocks the absurdity. It's one thing to mock the absurdity, because a lot of those city council meetings, they had become so outrageously absurd. Okay, and don't get me wrong, there is absurdity to this protest that, at least in this video, Alex never calls out. I don't know, maybe he got so caught up in the name calling and acting out like a toddler who doesn't get his way that he kind of missed a really good talking point. But continue on reading my thing here. Seriously, dude, a grown man having a temper tantrum because you found two young girls' argument to be too much for you to handle like an adult. This video, it is almost 5 minutes long. I'm not going to play the whole 5 minutes for you. I will link it down below. You can check it out. The two young girls, they were trying to talk to him. They were trying to argue their points with Alex. I don't fault Alex for not taking them up on their opinion, but he just simply was acting out. Alex, continuing to behave this way, you are now becoming nothing more than a clickbait artist. Okay, all there is to you is just clickbait. Ooh, here's the latest Alex Stein Primetime 99 video. Let's click on it and see what wild and crazy antics he's up to now. Alex, that's not why I subscribe to you. Really, it's not. You were doing really good there, but I think you might begin to... I think you're starting to lose your perspective, buddy. All right, let's go on here. It says, Alex, I wasn't going to say anything, but you also embarrassed yourself at the Uvalde council meeting. Did you guys see it? The Uvalde... He goes there. He does like a preamble before they go to his, before he cuts to his, because he records himself during the meeting, and he makes it known. At first I was crediting him. Okay, hey, that's great. Alex is letting his subscribers who normally know him as being the wild and wacky guy who does comedy to mock the absurdity of the far left. Okay. But here at the Uvalde, obviously, you don't want to go into comedy, even if it is to mock the far left. It's not something that you really want to do. I was all ready to give Alex high praise for that, but it deteriorated pretty quickly into Alex standing at the podium, screaming and shrieking. Okay, I don't know if he was trying to communicate his outrage at how the children were allowed to be slaughtered. And believe me, that was an outrageous thing. How can I say it? It's just, Alex didn't really have a lot of authenticity. I really don't know any other way of saying it. The screaming, the shrieking, it seemed more about channel building, brand building. It seemed like you were more fixated on your brand than any real anger or outrage. I don't know. It's like, I think Alex has found himself painted into a corner that you see a lot of YouTubers that, get themselves into, going back, 10, 15 years. How do I take it to the next level? How do I take it to the next level? And on and on. They paint themselves into a corner. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't there a YouTubers? They did stunts. Girlfriend shoots him to see if a phone book can stop a bullet, and of course, it all went horribly wrong. The guy died. Um, so I see a lot of. I think Alex is scared and worried that he's going to fall out of the headlines and that he's going to fall into obscurity. I don't see him. It's like, Alex, you didn't really have anything fresh to bring to the table. So, I don't know, guy. Um, I know you tried to keep it somber, but the reality was you started screaming and shrieking, and the whole thing came off as if you were trying to make it all about you. As far as I'm concerned, you are every bit as bad as Beto O'Rourke in that instance. I don't know where your head is at these days, Alex, but I seriously think you need to take a moment, get your bearings, and figure out where you want to go with your platform. Because if you keep up these childish antics, then you won't have me as a subscriber much longer. I get it. I'm just one guy. I'm sure he has thousands of subscribers, tens of thousands, I guess. I don't really know. Because I really don't fixate on people who I subscribe to. I don't subscribe to them, ooh, how many subscribers do you have? And, like, when I determine whether or not I'm going to subscribe to you, it's got nothing at all to do with how big your channel is. I am judging you purely on your content. Do I like your content or do I not? So, I was really, really, really upset with Alex and how he carried on here. I mean, look at him. He didn't really, because in the 5-minute video, the young girls, they want to talk, they want to have a dialogue, but Alex he's just behaving like a child. It's like knocking down the signs. This is something that, grinning for the camera, knocking down the signs. I don't get it. To be fair and clear, I don't know, because I know I did this back on the YouTube, my old YouTube channel, I think back in 2018, I think it was. Matter of fact, I was still homeless in the tent. Brian Sims, I wonder if there's any video of it on YouTube or not. I don't know. Let me see. Just want to check something real quick. I could not find the video of Brian Sims harassing the old woman. She was an old woman. She was, like, I don't know, in her 70s, 80s. She was an old woman exercising her First Amendment right, standing peacefully outside of an abortion clinic, standing on the public sidewalk, doing nothing more than offering free literature on alternatives to abortion to women who were going into the abortion clinic. Brian Sims took it upon himself to absolutely bombard this old woman, violating her First Amendment rights. I was extremely angry, and I called his office, even though I don't even live in Pennsylvania, but I called his office and I gave his voicemail a what for. It was horrible. The video of it, I don't see it on YouTube anywhere, but I see 18 seconds of apology. Whoop-de-doo, I am pointing this out simply because I want you to know it's got nothing at all. Like I said, I don't really have a stance on abortion. I don't have a stance on abortion, but I will not abide by people's constitutional rights being violated, regardless of which side of the aisle that you're on. Seriously, people, we really got to get our shit together. These are our constitutional rights. It is time to stop playing games with them, okay? Look, Alex, thank you for what you've done thus far, you know. But I'm sorry, I'm sorry, guy. I can't sit idle while you just simply, wreak havoc on people's First Amendment rights. I didn't stand for it when Brian Sims did it, and I'm not going to stand for it when you do it, okay? Our rights are extremely precious to us, very precious. We must not play childish, silly games. I want to see if I can show you something real quick here. Okay, so like I said, Alex was so busy having his temper tantrum that he did not address this. AAB, I was like, what is AAB? It says to deny females abortion when their health is at high risk, and they preface it assigned at birth. Females assigned at birth. That's because their woke mob cannot settle on what a woman is. So, what Alex should have really, I get it, the topic was abortion, but you can't talk about abortion without talking about women. Okay? Alex completely obfuscated this. How, who has abortions? Women. What is a woman? Obviously, their woke ideology, they've cast such a wide net. Cut my fan off. They've cast such a wide net, okay, as for topics that they want to encompass. They want to be so inclusive that it's literally their talking points, their agenda, it cannibalizes itself. So you've gotten to the point where you can't even advocate for women's reproductive health, rights, abortion. Frankly, I don't know why they lump the term reproductive health with abortion. Reproductive health is things like keeping your shit disease free. Okay? An abortion is an abortion. Getting an abortion doesn't make your reproductive organs healthy. Okay, so I've never really quite understood why they, blur the two phrases. I don't get it. It's just more euphemisms, carefully chosen language to try and soften the act of sucking your baby out into a blender. Like Alex says, killing the child. So, who gets this done? A woman. What is a woman? You can't they've painted, so, like I was talking about how Alex painted himself into a corner. The woke mob has painted themselves into corners, several corners, actually. They can't even advocate for women's rights any longer because they can't define a woman. Seriously. If you cannot even define what it is that you are advocating for, then I am sorry. Something has gone horribly, horribly wrong with your argument, okay? Just like I said about Alex, who needs to take a moment, I don't know, go sit down, have a quiet, go somewhere quiet and think about where you want to go. The same thing can be said about the woke mob, the pro-abortion people. You need to take a moment and figure out where it is you want to go. Okay? There's a very famous scene in the movie Iron Jaw Angels where Alice Paul, she has to draw a very hard line between women's right to vote and civil rights segregation because there were black women who wanted to vote. Okay. Alice Paul, she understood that she had to be of single. It's not that she didn't necessarily. Actually, I don't want to sit here and romanticize the woman. I honestly don't know enough about the real life Alice Paul, not just simply um, the actress who played the, Hollywood. They're going to romanticize historical figures and things like that. So I don't know. For all I know, Alice Paul, maybe she was a bigot. Who the hell knows? But the point is, Alice Paul, she had a singular purpose in mind. What is your foundation, your movement? What is it about? What is it that you're trying to accomplish? For her, it was quite simple: for women to have the right to vote. Okay? The whole race thing, it's in the same area as civil rights, but she had to fight for her thing. And black people, and they fought for their thing. Okay? Excuse me. So you have to be of singular purpose. You're trying to encompass so much. You're trying to be so woke. You're trying to be so progressive, to the point where you're not making any progress at all. Think about that. You're trying to be so progressive to the point where you're not making any progress at all. I mean, seriously, when it gets to the point that a Supreme Court justice cannot tell you what a woman is, okay, either because they literally lack the mental aptitude to define a woman when they themselves are a woman, or they are so held hostage, which lets us know that our courts, the judicial system, is held hostage by a radical regime. Again, this is why I say we cannot play games with our constitutional rights. It's why I advocate even for her little crazy nutty ass. Okay? You can't play games and you can't be tribalistic. These truths are self-evident. Our rights are our God-given rights, whether you don't have to believe in a God to have them. Inalienable. They are not to be taken from us under any circumstances. And you want to sit here and play games? Brian Sims was out. Oh, you should have seen the video. It was disgusting. He was like live streaming it. And what is it? The hearts that come floating up? People clicking hearts or likes or shit or whatever. Me. Make it all about me. Look at me, everybody. Look how I'm bullying the shit out of this 80-year-old woman. And Alex Stein's going to sit here and come into the Capitol State Rotunda knocking over signs like a childish temper tantrum, like a parent that told him that he can't have a toy today. You can't have a toy today. Sorry, son. No. You're disgusting. You're awful. Look at these people. Name calling and knocking down their display signs rather than engage them in a cerebral fashion. Alex, you went to comedy to point out the absurd nature of where our judicial system, of where our political climate has gone to. Okay, I get that. But it's to the point now where you are the thing that is becoming absurd. Are you aware? All right, guys, that's it for now. Be watchful. Think. Midterms are coming. Do not be tribalistic. To those of you on the left, who are you kidding? You know it's shit. The economy is shit. everything is shit. We are teetering on the precipice of civil war, quite frankly, even a world war. One of these two things are about to happen. A world war or a civil war. And I can tell you right now, I don't think America could survive either. You don't have to fall in love with the Republican Party. Trust me, I'm not. But for Christ's sakes, take the registration form, change parties. Matter of fact, take two. Take two registration forms, change parties, vote Republican, and use your second one later after the midterms to switch back. Okay, just switch back. You've still got time. You've got about 97 days until midterms. You've got time. Change parties, take two. You know? Or maybe stick around in the Republicans for a while. Test drive it. Test drive it. See how you like it. It's not a marriage. You can leave when you want. Think, people. Think. These are our constitutional rights. We are not to be separated from them. They are far too precious. Please remember that. That's it for now. Total Control 871.